I think if I showed this symbol to 1,000 people, over 90% of them would at least recognize it, if not know exactly what it's from. It is so iconic that it basically has its own emoji, and it's often used to represent gaming as a whole. You somehow have no idea what this is. This is the crab alien from Space Invaders. Wait, a crab? The actual aliens in Space Invaders were inspired by the aliens from the 1953 adaptation of War of the Worlds, which were sort of octopus like. From there, the creator, Tomohiro Nishikado, then made a few other sea creature based aliens, including the now iconic crab. And while the designs were so basic, the gameplay was what made them iconic. The game is also very simple, but still incredibly fun. You shoot aliens that progressively move down the screen, slowly getting faster the more you kill. You may or may not know, but the aliens moving faster was an unintended consequence of the limited hardware used in the arcade cabinets. The hardware simply couldn't render all 55 aliens without slowing down. But as you killed the aliens, this freed up the processor to render the aliens faster, making for an engaging and fun game that gets harder as you play it. Space Invaders made Taito a lot of money. Space Invaders was an immediate hit. The game released in July 1978 in Japan, and by the end of the year, Taito had sold over 100,000 units. They ended up needing to license the game for its worldwide release to Midway Manufacturing. And in Japan, demand was so high that by December of 1978, Taito ended up importing machines from Midway to cope with the demand in the country. By the end of the game's lifespan, it grossed over $3.8 billion, which is equivalent to $10 billion today, and was at the time the best-selling entertainment product ever. So what is it like to play today? It's actually quite fun as a simple arcade game. The game is obviously extremely simple. All you do is move left and right and shoot the aliens while trying to dodge their attacks, but it's surprisingly really engaging and fun. There's a lot of tension that arises from the aliens speeding up, getting harder to hit, and harder to dodge their attacks. And since the game is endless, the actual first game ever of its kind to be endless, you are mainly just trying to go for a high score. The game feels easy to pick up as there are no new mechanics or levels you need to learn, making it extremely addicting. I think if I was alive in the late 70s and played it, I would have lost so many quarters trying to master this game. Alright, next time on WikiQuest, I'll be playing Asteroids. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.